another thing, you don't trade because you are needy.
Yes.
And I want to speak to comrades especially, or the people who are just lost to a job.
Yes.
The worst decision is to learn trading during financial crisis.
Yes.
All right. You should not learn trading because you quit, you were suspended from job, ama you were retrenched. So umefutwa kazi unaamua kuingia forex. It won't work out. The best time to learn trading is when you have a job, because you know you have somewhere to bounce back to, so your emotions are aligned.
Yes.
But if umefutwa job and the last paycheck ndio hii ya 60,000 ndio unaangalia bro, unakuja you my fund and your rent. So then the decision that you are going to make, they are going to be emotional, and not out of any analysis.
Yes.
So you don't trade because bills are due. You cannot enter the market because mtoto ametuma fees, ama because rent is due in the evening. You cannot do that. You will lose even the little you have. So you will now in the evening you will not be having rent and food. So it's more trouble.
Yes.
Yeah. So it's always most precise entry. And the decision to enter the most precise entry point is informed purely by logic and analysis. Zero emotions. I always tell people to activate robot mode when trading. Emotions will suck you up like crazy.
Now let's speak about Forex influencers, because it's one thing that many people look up to before getting into Forex. And most of the things that are sold out there probably are not what Forex is all about, because you are a beginner trader, you are surfing the internet, and the next thing you're seeing is a young guy 22 years old in Dubai in a Lamborghini, a young guy here in Kenya with a GLE, and you're like, this is what I want. Do you think they sell the correct thing about Forex?
I would what I always say is, anything that you see on camera on Instagram, all right, it's scripted just basically for you to see that way. So you are the product here. You should be very, very cautious. The aim of the influencer was you to make a deposit probably from trading, so that you can be able to get commissions, which is a very fair business. All right, but now the effect of this is you have misled me. That's a deceptive move to believing that this is how it works, but in reality there is more involved than this.
Would you say that most people that we see probably on Instagram and on YouTube telling you, give me your money, I'll flip it, would you say that's a red flag?
Because trading is very hectic. How I fail with my money, I would not like to fail that for someone else's money, right? Because this is an emotional game. We are looking at money going or money coming. So how I fail with my money, I would not like that extra pressure again with someone's money.
Wow.
Another thing, account management, most of them will tell you unrealistic figures. Someone will tell you, put in $10,000, I'll give you 4,000 per day.
Inakuwaje tongo nguvu, mimi naitwa presenter Ali, your entertainment PA. The A is always for amazing. Siku zote natia bidii kuhakikisha kwamba nakuletea stories tofauti, and of course this is a Forex Conversations. Na leo tutakuwa napiga story with one amazing guy from a hawker to a millionaire trader. You guys cannot imagine how excited I am to get the insights of this guy called Blue Bull FX. How are you doing, my brother?
Thank you so much.
Salama. Good to see you and good to finally meet you. Nimekuwa nikikufuatilia sana pale kwenye TikTok, and I decided that ni vizuri sana tukuje tuzungumze. We get a few insights because we have an audience of people who are interested in knowing a lot about Forex, na nikaona wewe ni miongoni mwa watu pia ambao wanaweza wakatusaidia. Maybe you can introduce yourself.
All right, pleasures man. Thank you so much Ali for this opportunity.
Karibu.
So my name is Sebastian.
Okay.
Munyoki, mimi ni Mkase, all the way from Kitui.
Okay.
Then I run Blue Bull Forex, which is just a Forex hub where we train people on how to trade, as well as we do the trading itself.
Yes.
You know, it's one thing to train people how to do it, and it's another thing for you practically to do the thing.
Yes.
And you know, when you talk about Forex trading, it's one thing to say Forex. to say it's very easy, but when it comes now to the act of doing,
yes,
is where we draw the line.
Okay.
But we are privileged enough to have the ability to do both. Yes, sir.
I understand blue is a very good color in Forex,
Exactly.
And I understand bull maybe comes from the bullish market. Is that why you call yourself blue bull?
Exactly. That is the reason why we had a series of, where long time ago there was a time we had a series of losses, so we were bearish, so it was just the blue effects, so our things were bearish going down. That is how we've been. So then a friend of mine chipped me and told me we need now to start strategizing. It was the starting of 2022, strategizing on how to make things go bullish.
Yes.
And that is how we came with the word blue bull.
Yes.
Now, and yeah,
I'm sure many people are actually interested to know this story. Like, how did you start from, you know, being a hawker to actually a forex trader? Story inaanzia wapi?
Story inaanzia nikiwa Pwani University. That is why I was admitted to study political science and economics. So I was very aggressive, even at a very young age. So I meet my campus friends. So by then is when I got my first inaitwaje, tulikuwa na zile screen touch by then, smartphone, touch screen. So nimepata touch screen, niko campus, so naingia Instagram, then naanza kuwa na wasee wenye wana trade. Kuna wasee walikuwa wanaitwa kina Kojo Forex. Nana, these guys seemed like they are doing it. So that was 2019. Then 2020 where we had a COVID break, so many people walikuwa kwa nyumba, so no much was happening. So that is when I started learning kidogo kidogo, like now practicing. I began learning kitambo to know about it, but everything was very hard. I took 3 weeks to study candlestick anatomy, like hii ni ya green, ya kupanda, ni ya kushuka. The thing was very new and complex. So by then I started doing demo. Unaweka $20, $30. So 2020, the whole of 2020 I was doing demo trading, and that is because also I had no capital as the comrade that I am. So in 2021 I funded my first account. Was $1,000. So I funded and
deployed $1,000 your time.
No, I had a gig. Kuna hizo vitu zinaitwa attachment. I don't know whether they were. So kuna place tulienda attachment. So they were not giving us hiyo nini end month. So at the end of it they gave us a token ya bahasha. But then the rate was around 109 or 110 somewhere. So it had around 70,000 for, because we had stayed there for around 3 to 4 months. Actually it was a very long engagement. So alitupea hiyo pesa, so nikaongezea na ya fees ya semester ya 4.1 na rent. Hey bro, the rest is history. So I deposited the money. Now when I opened the account with the broker that I opened with, kuna mtu alinipigia kuniambia, we have seen you have opened the account, now we need to start trading. When are you planning to deposit? I told them today.
Leo ni leo.
So I believe that person called me. He was like, that was quick, my guy. Like, I deposited around 2, and by 4 I had nothing. So that was my first worst experience. And from there nimeblow fees, nimeblow rent. Nikaya kwa hivyo na mabeshte homo, watu wanafikiria niko shule, niko karibu kugraduate, but chini ya maji kimeumana bro. So that is how the journey started. So from there nikaanza sasa kufund to $50 to $30. Unaweka ka 50 kanaenda ka 20 unaaso hivyo. So that is how my journey began.
Wow.
Yes sir.
Na hii time yote ujaanza kuhawk bado? No.
By then I'm purely student. I began hawking because of being desperate. I was kuna unafikanga una feel weird kuomba pesa home. Okay. So they have really invested a lot in you. They have done everything for you. So alafu ukienda home, because from the way I was since nikiwa ushago, they knew I was bright. So nikienda ushago ilikuwa huyu jamaa sasa amefail. Alafu sasa umetoka shule, hauna fees, hauna rent,
ushakula zote.
Usha blow, sikukula, like you have nothing.
Usha blow kwa forex.
So ukwenda home inaka very weird. So alafu tena uwezi omba tena pesa Yeah, na watu sasa walijua siko shule later on because of obvious results nini hakuna. So watu wanajua you are dropout. So kukusupport na kuwa noma sababu sasa tutakulipia aje na you are not on session. So nikaanza kuwaso, nilienda mjei, nitakuonyesha picha, nikaenda mjei. Nikafunzwa kuweka tiles hizi, nikapaka grout sana. Mikono inatoboka na hiyo grout. Sijui hiyo grout ilikuwa aje. Hii kazi ilikuwa noma. Ilikuwa na rauka 6 kwanza unaenda unaweka hizo kwa maji. Unazipeleka tena 4th floor alafu mwili yangu kidogo ilikuwa ile kubwa. So simiti unaekelewa unaenda nayo chini. So ilikuwa tu noma. So the other option now was to hawk. So nikachukua bail ya mtushi. Kaangusha hapo Githu. So bail nikaona haiendi vile. Iko na returns charge. Jamaa wangu akaniambia tunauza grapes bro hapa Githurai. Box moja tunachukua na 25 inatuletea dhao kiuza ukimaliza. So nikasema acha nianze na hii. So nikaanza kuwaso grapes, apple, pineapples. Nikauza tu vitu hapo Githu. So that was around 2022. But by 2022 when I was doing that, I was trading with the funded accounts. So nili trade na funded accounts kadhaa. Nili fail mara 6 actually. I failed 6 funded accounts to pass 1. So hiyo time nilikuja nikapass.
So uki make profit huko kwa
naziweka zote
unaweka kwa trading.
Exactly. Kila kitu. Kwa tulikuwa tunaishi room moja wase watatu. Na rent ilikuwa hiyo 3k. So rent ni dhao tu na hiyo dhao na making let's say 2 days. So yenye iko hapo ni sasa food na yenye nabaki unaweka kwa trading. So that is how I survived. So nili save I did a lot of saving. Nikipata 7k na nunua account ka $50 ka 5k na nakablo nikanunua. So nikakuja nikaanza kununua za $100 which is 10,000. So this lucky occasion finds me at around 2023 February. That is when I secured my biggest shot. I was able to flip nilipita moja. Kwanza I had a losing trick. I failed 3 consecutively. Then I purchased 1 funded account. I flipped it to $5,600 in 3 weeks. It was a 10k account, 10k funded account. Of course there is a split. So I withdrew about 5,000 and something dollars. But that money bro, sikuwa nimeiona pesa kaa hiyo. Like literally that money. It was too money bro. Like pesa unabeba pesa unapata hii pesa ni mob. Based on unajua sasa nimezoea dhao. Sasa ndio nikaanza ku upgrade life kidogo.
Ukahama
of course siwezi lala na wasi bro. No way. Singetoshea. Nilienda kwa hiyo nyumba hiyo sikutoshea. It was too small for me. So that is how I began. So I also bought a laptop. Sikuwa na laptop. Nikanunua kalapi, nikanunua kameza, nikahamia kwa mahali conducive kidogo.
Kwa 1 bedroom hivi.
Kalikuwa kwa 1 bedroom hapo Kasarani.
Nice.
Hunters. Hapo sasa ndio nilihamia sasa nikaanza kuchapa biz.
Ukasema acha nipige trading
nipige trading because it seems iko na kakitu inaleta.
Wow. Nini nilifanya usi give up?
Okay, there was 2 options. I had seen people make money from it. So whether they were making from trading or from elsewhere, that was not my concern. My concern was these guys are not selling apples and grapes, and they are not going from Jengo, right? But they have money. So whatever they are doing, that revolves around this trading to get money. That was my motivation. So as far as there are people who are making money from it, I had the hope that it would pay. Another thing, I was desperate. I had nothing else to do besides it. I had seen hope in it because kuna time nikiwa kampo, I managed to flip ka account kadogo kalikuwa na around $60. Nikaka flip mpaka 210. Right? That was a big flip for me. Sasa nika withdraw. So I detested the money of it. I knew I can lose, but there was a code I was trying to crack because I thought wenye wana post Instagram losing completely. So nilikuwa najua one day nitakuja nikapate code wenye wanatumia ku make dough every now and then. So that is how I was not able to give up. Like I couldn't. And again, even if I gave up, where else do I do?
Utafanya nini?
So I was And I discovered for you to profit in forex trading,
yes,
you must be either so desperate or so passionate.
Yes,
there is no mediocrity of in between.
Yeah.
Because if you have something to do else, utakuja bro hit stop loss mara tatu zikifuatana. The third day you will go back to your hustle. But me, that hustle already ilikuwa hii haina future. Unajua hizo vitu nauza zingine ni seasonal, hizo grapes zinakuja zinaisha, unabaki bila hustle. So nilikuwa lazima nijitume. It had to make sense no matter the cost.
It's either you make it or you make it.
It had to make sense.
Na most of the people wenye najua ama nimepiga nao story, they start with telling me that, you know, when we started we tulikuwa introduced to bots. Sijui kama wewe alikuwa introduced kwa bots pia?
I was introduced to robots because I began with the binary.com. It later changed to deriv. That was quite long, bro. So by then the only way to trade was using those robots. Tukakuja kuna hata hapo 2022 2023 hapo kumekuwa na wave ya bots sana. Kuna vijana wametoka na by then I'm doing forex, but nikaanza kuona kama hiyo kitu yenye niliacha ya binary iko na more potential. Nimenunua bro, nimenunua Candle Mine version 2, version 3, nikanunua V8. Kuna hizo bots zinaitangwa kama twin turbo. They are very relational to strength. Nasikia expert V7 twin turbo robot 100% profits. So bro, I was a victim to that. So I was introduced to robots and I tried trading with robots. I can't say I never made money, honestly. That will be lying. I made something out of it. But that we call sustainability. Because there is no point leo unapata $500, kesho na lose $600, kesho hivyo. So there was no flow. So ningekuja siku moja nikachape because ni pesa nimepata haraka, pia yenyewe naitumia tu hivyo na kuja tena ile kidogo ilikuwa imebaki inaisha. So I'm starting again from scratch.
So ideally bots ni kama tu gambling.
Actually it's gambling. Binary, all right, there is an aspect of unpredictability in general trading, and there is an aspect of randomness in any form of trading, and also in life there is nothing that is 100% guarantee. But I think there are more that trading is generally about probabilities, but now when it comes to trading, especially binary, the probabilities are designed 90% to work against you. And this is because if you're trading in a platform, the owner of that platform is the one giving you the market to trade.
So and they can manipulate.
The intention of the owner of the platform is not to make you rich. Is to make you poorer so that he can become
rich.
There is a principle in social science we call realism. Right? We can never have an ideal situation where everybody is winning. So for you to get money, someone has to lose it. All right, that is how the world works. All right, now for you to make money, it means the broker has lost. Now for you to lose money, it means the broker has gained. So that is how it works. So if you are trading in any platform and the market that you are trading is not elsewhere, you go, a broker should be a link between you and the actual market. But in the case where the broker is the one giving you the market to trade, and the broker also has interest in your trading, bro, your chances are very minimal.
So that is in binary.
That is in binary.
So ulinyorosho pia.
I made some significant figures. But I also lost significantly. It was 50-50 of some sort.
Now, so, at what point did you reach uka feel enyewe sahi trading is working for me?
Is when I would one of the things that I had struggled with ever since I was in campus is affording basics. All right. I lived a very basic life, and I knew life hands in house, rent, food, and clothing. So at some point I came and I defeated those. So I don't think about what to eat anymore. I know I'll get it. So when I defeated that, I relaxed, right? But then I was just one step away from going back to now asking where will I get food and shelter from. So my life was quite basic. I was never aggressive. So ilifika a point when I had some losses. I lost some account. There is an account I dropped from $10,000 to all the way to 2,000 and something. That was a massive, huge drop. So at that particular point, bills became to accumulate. Unajua sasa nisha upgrade
lifestyle.
Sasa it's not one bedroom anymore.
It's two bedrooms.
Yeah, so by then I was servicing a loan for a certain car that I had acquired. My first car I acquired in finance. Because of the struggle to fit in. Unajua sasa lazima ushago unafika.
Ushine.
Unafika 6:30 unamulika umaskini kwanza. So there was that aspect. So I was servicing. It was a Nissan Note basic, just a normal Nissan Note, but nilikuwa inauzwa 1.1 but I had 600, so nikawapelekea wakaniambia hii nyingine unaweza tupeanga
pole tu,
unaweza tupeanga 27k hivyo so nikamwambia it's a good deal. Sikuwa naona 27k ni pesa mob, so ikafika place hii 27k imecollide na rent na kuna shopping
na food
na kuna watoto nasaidianga place. And so they were reporting, walikuwa watoto watatu. Okay, so they were reporting to school. So that was when I discovered I'm actually very poor, but I purport just so I had now to work extra hard. So I went into learning. The first stage I was getting, but with very mediocre approaches. So I went now into intense learning. So nikasoma sana. I worked very hard. So nikafika place yenye siwezi trade bado. I acquired so much information such that everything looked like a red flag. I could come analyze the charts, but because I have overdone this, nimesoma market mechanics, nimesoma Elliott wave, nimecombine ICT model zote. So everything looked, I could see a red flag in every setup. So also to get out of that was very hard. So I suffered a period of around 2 to 3 months. So from there then nikaanza tena nikasema regardless. So sometimes nakuja na analyze Elliott wave inasema ni buy, ICT inasema hapo kuna order block ya kusell. It's just complicated, but to get an harmony between the two. And also I had a mindset that I must trade every day. So it began making more sense when I made the peace with the fact that you must not get a trading setup. All right, like it's not a matter of life and death. Hata usipo trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, hata unaweza pata one trade in a week ikave for 5 days. Upite mtu ame trade Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Friday. So that is when I began making some sense. Nikaona sasa hapa napata 3 to 4 trades a week. Kama nilikuwa na trade twice London session niko hapo, New York niko hapo, na saa 6 za usiku Asia niko hapo kila mahali. I want to make
the money.
But then I was making and losing. So I understood it's not about how much you make, it's about how little you lose. All right. Trading is not about how much you make when you are right. It's about how little do you lose when you are wrong. So that is when it began making sense, when I understood that.
I'd really be interested to know what are some of the mistakes that you made as a beginner trader that maybe you can highlight, so that anyone who's watching, they're probably beginner traders, so that they can watch out or look for, so that they can't make the same mistakes.
All right. The most of the mistakes that I can teach you are not, or that I have experienced, are not from the market space, are from the person of me. And ideally, the biggest mistake that every trader has to make first, and that is what I had also, is expecting too much from little. Bro, your time nilikuwa na fund to $50 na to 30. I had crazy confidence. Ningekuwa ninapitia suti, naona kuna suti niliona Sarit Center inauzwa 52,000 and I said this one
naitaka hii.
Then I have $100 and I have a running trade with 0.01 in a run positive $7. So it was like I am expecting too much from little. So I could even flip your 100 if you get a sonne, but bado I want more. So in the process
you lose it.
You lose everything again, and you start from the scratch. And the other thing was emotions. I never knew how to play with emotions. You see, Forex makes you have this kind of a problem, and also this attacks every beginner. And I always say this. the difference between a profitable trader and a loser trader is not in the strategy. All right? Yeah, it's not in. I know traders who speak trading jargons, linguistics. Mkiketi na msee ataongea uone kama ni market technician, but he has no money. He is broke.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you know a lot, but you are broke.
Yeah.
Because the difference between a profitable trader and unprofitable trader is in how they reason. Profitable traders becomes more optimistic with a winning trade, and they becomes more pessimistic with a losing trade. Yes. So they quit losses very early and they hold the profits for a long time. Loser traders or unprofitable traders become more optimistic when the trade is in loss. And become more pessimistic when it's in profit. So they will hold a loss of $500, but profit of 20 they will close immediately. Na wanasema hata hii sikuwa nayo. Haukuwa nayo aje bro, na unaachilia hiyo 500 yako inyonyo kabisa. So it's like you are comfortable losing money to the market, but uncomfortable getting money from the market. Yes. So that is another mistake that most of them do. You hold losses until unapata account ilikuwa $1,000 bro, iko 876 negative. You are still optimistic. Itapanda tu. Wewe unaona tu itakuja ipande ipunguze your loss alafu ikupea profit to close. Anytime you find yourself making a prayer, close trades first. If you are really genuine with your God, you should not pray. Like anytime you find yourself in a losing, because most of the time you cannot pray when you are in a profitable trade. Most of the time. So anytime you are trading and you find yourself praying for the market close. All right? Because prayer does not replace personal responsibility. Yes. So you will pray, God will love you more, but as a broke person. Definitely, there is no amount of speaking in tongues that can rescue you, even if you speak in cherubim tongues. Nimeomba, how bro? Mi ni mtu nimepiga tongues bro, nimepanda ni rooftop, nimeomba sana, but nikakuja nikapata nishatumia margin call na nishablo. Na bado Mungu alinipenda. So God will love you, but as a broke person. So anytime you find yourself doing these two things, one, moving a stop loss, because that is a psychology problem. You find beginners are moving the stop loss to accommodate more loss, in hope that it will retrace and go back. So anytime you find yourself moving the stop loss, okay, move the stop loss, because you cannot help yourself at that particular point. You are fully dipped into the market manipulation. Your emotions are fully sucked up. So you should move the stop loss, then close immediately. Close the trades. That's a bad trade. Any trade that you adjust, unless you are adjusting to break even, to make sure that the market does not come, to eat your profit, to, go beyond where you. So anytime you find yourself moving the stop loss to accommodate more loss, or buying and selling at the same time, the decision to buy and sell at the same time is informed not by logic, but by emotions. So it's an emotional decision, and I did that as a beginner trader. Ningebuy yako na 0.1, naona loss, nasema wacha ni sell hapa kidogo, ndio zi balance. You are going to blow. Yeah, and also you are also about to blow, then you want more funds. So those are emotional mistakes that most beginners do. So do this: have a stop loss, have a take profit. Let it go. Actually move away from the charts. The only way, because market is basically manipulative, one of the ways to control your emotions is having a strict stop loss and a take profit, then go away. Because when you stay in the charts, you will be manipulated into thinking, hiyo pesa imetosha. So you quit at $20, then inaendelea kupanda. So you feel bad. Or unaona kama ita hit stop loss. So unaamua tu close tu. So the hapo tu me close here imeamua kupanda from that particular edge. So sometimes avoid looking at it too much. That is what works for me. I don't know about the rest. But me, when I enter a trade, naenda mahali kwa mashamba, naenda chill spot, naenda kuswim, I just make myself busy. So nakuja napata, kumbe hii ilikuwa stopped out. Kumbe hii it take profit. And I'm good to go. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. So, looking at how your emotions and how it affects your psychology in the market, what would you say is a good time to enter the market and a good time to exit the market, according to your experience?
According to my experience, number one, the best time to exit is that you've taken the screenshot. Okay. Anytime you find yourself in crazy profits, then you screenshot. Funga bro. Toka hapo. Because ukiona ume screenshot, it means this is a rare occasion.
Yeah.
Okay. This is something that hardly plays out. So the fact that you have closed, it means it's not it might not be per analysis per se.
Yeah.
It might be kulikuwa kinews au kwa aware. Ama zime correlate. Una trade euro USD, then probably kulikuwa na Canadian zika affect dollar kidogo ika spike up. So unakuja, you were expecting to get 200, you find yourself at $1,200 profit. Sasa shida, people take screenshot until it reverses. Actually, most of, after taking screenshot and you hold, 90% chances that you will close either at break even or at a loss.
Yes.
These are things I've learned from experience. So after taking the screenshot, close the trades. That's a good exit criteria. The other one is, of course, when you have hit your take profit. And it must not be to the extreme take profit. Like if you head up to 5, bro. Now umetengeneza pesa substantial. You see, the end goal of this is not to appear perfect. It's to make money, bro.
Yes.
Bro, if you had $100 and you have already got $40, that is 40% of your total investment. What the hell are you doing still in the market? I would advise you to quit. Toka bro. If you get something realistic, na unaona hii pesa juu, because alternatively you could have lost. But here you have $40 more. And you are still aiming 200.
Yes.
No, let the 200 be.
True.
Secure this 40, bro. The end goal is to get money. It's not about I always hit the step, because it can go almost 2 pips to. There is a trade that retraced 3 pips to my take profit, and I ended up closing at a loss.
Yes.
It went until it hit my stop loss. So it's not a must like you kaya hapo tu mpaka uangalie you making more money and all that. Yeah. And you see it's a psychology problem. Some people don't want to close also the profit. Some people are so greedy. The same way we have greedy in losses. Unaona hiyo unaipandisha juu. So inafika ile ya kwanza, then ina retrace, inaenda inakunyorosha, alafu sasa inaendelea kubuy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow, very interesting, and I think that is one insight yenye mimi mwenyewe nimechukua, and maybe I'm going to apply it. Now, let's look at the market itself.
Okay.
There are moments in the market where maybe you will look at probably the candlesticks. You'll see, if you're trading, let's say gold, this is the all-time high, and this is the all-time low. Can these two dictate the time you're entering or leaving the market?
Actually, those are the ones that dictates. All right. Yeah, I told you earlier, the principle, most basic principle of every business is to sell at the extreme high and to buy at the extreme low.
Yes.
All right. So kama ninauza iPhone, iPhone zimekuja zimeanguka bei. Zinauzwa 2,000 shillings. The best time to buy more iPhones is when they are at 2,000.
Yes.
Then hold your iPhones. So at a point they will come back to 78 and 150,000 again. So now when they are at 70 is when the best time to now sell.
Yes.
So that is the principle. So anytime the market is at the high of all times, it is a very interesting zone. It is a very interesting zone for you to look for reversals. Right?
Wow.
Anytime the market is, and if it breaks the high of all times, it's always advisable not to enter until we have a pullback.
Yes.
All right? Because when it's at high of all time, you have no zone. Like there is no point you are looking at. It has already surpassed the previous high of all time. Right? So two things can happen. There is what we call external range liquidity. This is people's stop losses lying above the highs, equal highs or equal lows.
Yes.
So it might sweep that liquidity, right? It just go up, take those people up, then it retrace downwards. Or it might sweep and then continue to the direction of the trend. That is why at the high of all time, you should have a very tight stop loss, right? Actually, if it is a pass, people are looking to sell. People are looking to buy, sorry. So what business do you have continuing holding sales when people are buying? So it's about understanding the market trends. Ni kama kupeleka nyanya soko ile wakati kila mtu ameharvest nyanya zake. No. It's a waste of time. You're going to sell at 3 bob.
Yes.
But hiyo nyanya ungegojea 2 more months, upeleke ile time yenye aziko ungeuza na 20 bob.
True.
Yeah, so that is the exact basic principles.
Most beginner traders, we normally look at them as people who chase the market.
Okay.
Kila mtu sahi ana buy, wacha ni buy. Kila mtu sahi ana sell, wacha sahi ni sell. How would you advise such a person?
There are two diseases. Although these are the diseases I have derived myself from my experience in Forex.
Yes.
I'm a social scientist in my other world. There is something we call triple S. Triple S is short status syndrome. This is where you believe you are the short person in the market, and then blue bull is the long person.
Yes.
So you can have your analysis telling you to buy. Then you come to my Instagram live, you find I'm selling. So you ignore your own analysis. Then you go with blue bull's analysis because you have a belief that there is anybody out there. There isn't, bro. Hakuna mtu wako. There is nobody who is better than you in doing what you can do best.
Yes.
So it's your account. So Blue Bull might be having $10,000, for example. You have $50. So my stop loss is $1,000. So my stop loss is way much than your equity.
Yes.
Right? Then you trade exactly the way I've traded. So maybe your trades were short term based on the equity that you have, right? Then you buy the bigger analogy of me. So you decide to do counter your analysis.
Yes.
So you blow. But after 3 days, you see me posting profits and good life in Dubai. You see? And you blew. So you will say Blue Bull is fraudulent, is misleading, is venomous, is malignant. Blue Bull it's okay. You just had a short status syndrome. You just did not believe in yourself enough. The other thing we call now the fear of missing out.
Yes.
Now, most of the beginner traders have that FOMO. They want to be in every trade. All right? They want to be in every trade, and that will cost you much more.
Yes.
The only bargaining power that the market has to take money from beginners is patience. All right? Bro, if you cannot wait, quit trading. That is my advice. Like, if patience is not in your bloodline, you have very minimal charges of survival. Yeah, because actually it's 95% waiting, 5% executions. But most beginners do the opposite. They execute 95% and they wait 5%. If you can't wait for the entry point, the best point of the market reversal, you cannot even wait for it to come to your entry. Kuna time, and it's a beginner problem. I could mark there is another block there, is another block here, and then I could say it must come here up so that I can pick sell. Sasa badala tu kujia mpaka wakati itakuja huko ni sell. Si ni buy tu, ibuy na mimi, then ikifika hapo ni sell. Oh my goodness. You have already buried your account.
Yes.
So that patience will help you a lot. If you embrace in the Forex market is the only industry that we make more by doing less. Right? It's counter other professions and other stuff.
Yeah.
For example, if you're in business, product business, you will get more money by making more sales. But in Forex trading, it is mostly precise. So the one who does lesser. In the classification of traders, we have scalpers, we have swing traders, we have positional traders, we have day traders. Scalpers are the most broke. All right, and I can support this.
Yes.
I've tried all of them and I've interacted with all of them, even outside the country. Scalpers, bro, there is no billionaire trader, millionaire trader, likes of George Soros, likes of those big people who analyzes the market in the 1 minute time frame. There isn't. But the most of the people, they will take the analysis in 4 hour time frame, 1 hour time frame, probably look for entries in 15 minutes time frame, which is fair enough for day traders. But ukijipata uko 1 minute time frame, hapo ndio unaangalia entries. You have a gambling mindset. Unataka saa hii by saa 8 kuna mahali utaenda na pesa yako.
Unahitaji pesa ya fuel.
Bro, that is how you are going to lose it. Another thing, you don't trade because you are needy.
Yes.
And I want to speak to comrades especially, or the people who are just lost your job.
Yes.
The worst decision is to learn trading during financial crisis.
Yes.
All right. You should not learn trading because you quit. You were suspended from job, ama you were retrenched. So umefutwa kazi, unaamua kuingia Forex. It won't work out. The best time to learn trading is when you have a job, because you know you have somewhere to bounce back to, so your emotions are aligned.
Yes.
But if umefutwa job and the last paycheck ndio hii ya 60,000 ndio unaangalia, bro, unakuja in my fund na ndio rent, So then the decision that you are going to make, they are going to be emotional and not out of any analysis.
Yes.
So you don't trade because bills are due. You cannot enter the market because mtoto ametuma fees, ama because rent is due in the evening. You cannot do that. You will lose even the little you have. So you will now, in the evening, you will not be having rent and food. So it's more trouble.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's always most precise entry. And the decision to enter the most precise entry point is informed purely by logic and analysis. Zero emotions. I always tell people to activate robot mode when trading. Emotions will suck you up like crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
We spoke about strategies, and you mentioned a few that you have actually incorporated, and you use as a trader.
Okay.
What entails a good strategy?
A good
or is there a good and a bad strategy?
All right. Now, whether good or bad, comparison comes into win rate.
Okay.
And I am more of psychology and emotion trader than the strategies. Because I have met people, especially because currently there is a lot of information available online.
Yes.
Especially ICT traders. And these ICT are the people who trade based on what we call institutional reference points. There are specific points of interest that institutions have. They are 7. We have order blocks, fair value gap, mitigation block, breakup, such stuff. So most of the people who trade those particular stuff, they are very confident and they speak jargons. They are trading linguists. Like when you sit down to discuss trading with that person, you will think you know nothing. But they are very broke. Actually, you will wonder, the report from the Capital Markets Authority says more than 80% of retail traders lost money as at 2024. All right? So you will wonder, with all the information available on ICT online, why are still people losing money? Because the problem is not in the strategy. The problem is how they reason. All right? Yeah. I have talked about being pessimistic with losses, optimistic with all that. That is where now the game plan comes in. So for me, I don't believe in win rate as such. I believe in something called risk to reward ratio.
Yes.
If you have a risk to reward ratio of 1:4, you can make 3 consecutive losses. On Monday, let's say you are risking $20 for $80. That is your risk to reward ratio. So on Monday umeuma nje, Tuesday umeuma nje, Wednesday umeuma nje. Those are 3 losing tricks, right? So on Thursday and Friday you get the bag. Remember you are risking 20 to get 80. So on Thursday and Friday, if you get it right, you will have 80 times 2. That is 160. Yes. You have lost is 20 times 3. 60. So when you subtract, you are still closing your week blue. All right, but someone else will have a very high win rate, but no risk to reward ratio. Yes. We'll get Monday amekafunga, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday amekafunga, Friday something happens, just something slight, and the guy is at 0. Sure. All right. Yes. So you see, profitability, as far as I'm concerned, it's not about flipping $200 to $1,000. Anybody can do that. The market is binary. It's either buying or selling. But if I give you $100 today, and after 3 weeks I come and I found you at 125. You have managed to get $25 extra. That is 25% of my total investment in a period of 3 weeks. For me, you are more profitable than a guy will tell me, you know what, Ali, I flipped my account $5,000, but unfortunately, you see, there is no sorry in the market. Yes. It's either you have money or you don't have. There is no, I'm sorry. Yes. It's if you come and tell me I flipped, but unfortunately, brother, something has come across.
The bad cancels everything.
And I have lost. So there is no in between. What do we have? For me, the guy who has 25 extra from what I gave is more profitable than you who will tell me I made 5,000, but as you speak, I'm broke. Refund me again. Yes. Yeah.
Okay. Now let's speak about Forex influencers, because it's one thing that many people look up to before getting into Forex. And most of the things that are sold out there probably are not what Forex is all about, because you are a beginner trader, you are surfing the internet, and the next thing you're seeing is a young guy, 22 years old, in Dubai, in a Lamborghini, a young guy here in Kenya with a GLE, and you're like, this is what I want. Do you think they sell the correct thing about Forex, or do you think in a way what they sell and beginners should actually be cautious while following the Forex influencers?
When it comes to influencing, I must admit first, I appreciate what they do. All right. Me, anything someone does, provided you are not stealing from people, you are not killing anyone, and it brings plate of food to your table, maze kudos, do it more and more. But now, the issue I have with the Forex influencers is what they sell versus what it is in reality. All right. Most of these Forex traders did not begin trading yesterday, if that they trade. So you'll find they have 7 years experience, 5 years experience, or 4 years experience. So these are someone who has gotten money or lost money. And for you to be able to, for example, get an influencer deal, it means you are level in terms of following and understanding of the craft that you do, right? So for an influencer with $1,000, he probably has a deal that gives him $5,000 every month. So for him, it's very easy to put in $500 and go full margin with it. So he will put $1,000. You know, it's nothing. Okay, it's money. Nobody enjoys losing money, but he knows he has somewhere to bounce back from. So, and someone else will look at this influencer, flip $1,000 to $20,000 and then make a withdrawal, right? Because maybe for him to record this, because he is recording, right? Probably he has tried 3 times to make this flip, and he can subscribe. He can afford to sacrifice up to $5,000 to make this video work. So he'll put 500, it's gone. 500, it's gone. Another 500, it happens. One of these crazy NFP and CPI and PPI. It makes a lot of money. And now he won't post the losses. He will post the fine edited script when I have made this money now. So someone somewhere has received their salary, bro, and their rent is due that someday. And the salary happens to be 37,000, all right, minus deductions. Now your rent is due, which is 15K. So you decide now, instead of paying the rent, I have seen this influencer, this is what he did. And of course, he will try to fix things to appear like he did this out of analysis of some sort. So he just uses CRT. Let me go in full margin with candle range theory. You know, he will speak some trading jargons to make it like, you know, everything including stupidity. When you package it with confidence, it looks like wisdom of some sort. So he will confidently package it and look like, you know, this is it. So huyo jamaa ataingia based on what he saw. Na atablow, ataingia kwa depression. Mtu mwingine mwenye alikuwa na fees kama mimi hiyo time ataingia just because of you, right? So what I always say is anything that you see on camera on Instagram, all right, it's scripted just basically for you to see that way. So you are the product here. You should be very, very cautious. The aim of the influencer was you to make a deposit probably from trading so that he can be able to get commissions, which is a very fair business, all right? But now the effect of this is you have misled me. That's a deceptive move to believing that this is how it works, but in reality, there is more involved than this. I'm not saying flipping is not possible, but there is more involved in flipping than just flipping.
Now, another thing that actually is trending right now, if you go to Instagram, if you go to TikTok, you're going to see many people telling you that, you know, I do account management for you. Give me $100, I'll flip it to 200, and then we'll do to 1,000, then we'll do 50-50 share. And I also do understand that the CMA actually controls this, and for someone to actually be able to do account management, they need to have that certification and of course all the papers. Would you say that most people that we see probably on Instagram and on YouTube are telling you, give me your money, I'll flip it, would you say that's a red flag?
I don't think there is. Is there something red than the red flag? Because that is how we would define that. The idea of managing your money using the skill that I have. And you see, let me tell you something, Ali. There is no beating around the bush. Proof of profitability in Forex is having money. Right? Because how do you say you are profitable? You have been managing an account that you have been making withdrawals from for a specific period of time. So if you are profitable, you should have capital. Right? So the fact that you want to trade my capital, right?
Yes.
Because proof of profitability is I had $1,000. From this 1,000, I make $30 a day, $20, $10, but something. So capital should not be an issue. Anybody struggling with capital is not profitable. That's it. Because what is profitability? You have money. You have traded within a period of time, and you have seen you are making more withdrawals than deposits.
Yes.
If you look at your portfolio and you have more deposits than withdrawals, you are not a profitable trader, even if you have traded for 7 years.
Yes.
Proof of profitability is when we look at your withdrawals, they are more than the deposit. And so if you have been withdrawing, because trading is very hectic. How I fail with my money, I would not like to fail that for someone else's money. Right? Because this is an emotional game. We are looking at money going or money coming. So how I fail with my money, I would not like that extra pressure again with someone's money.
Yes.
So 90% of these people are telling you, I do account management. They are crazy, not profitable.
Yes.
I would say they are looking for a way to get to an account. You give them, they either flip it by luck, then they flip it by luck, wanna post kwa Instagram, more people, more accounts to manage. So then it's enough loss in a bloat. Because again, when I'm trading your capital, this is your money. I don't know your struggles, so I'm not emotionally connected to your money. Right? So I can handle that money like a demo account.
Yes,
right?
Yes.
$10,000, it's not my money. You see, bro, when you're losing your own money, you know the pinch. You know the bills that you have to pay. You know the things you have to take care of. So the fact that I want to trade your money, where is my money? And I've been trading. So that is a red flag.
Wow.
Another thing, account management, most of them will tell you unrealistic figures. Someone will tell you, put in $10,000, I'll give you $4,000 per day or per week.
Yes.
Bro, we have account managers certified and regulated by Capital Markets Authority. They are called certified fund managers or chartered fund managers. These fund managers, most of them will target to make in between 6 to 7% per annum.
Wow.
All right? Because realistically, a business that gives you 10% a month, it's not realistic. All right? Because if you make 10% in a month, a year has 12 months. We're trying to be realistic here. A year has 12 months. This means per year, you will have made 120%. Bro, there is no such business in the world. There is no such business anywhere in the world. What gives you 120% in a year? We will stop working, bro, and go to that business and make money when we are sleeping. So people are very delusional, and that is why these particular scammers get advantage of them. All right? This is so if they have to do account management, all right? People benefit from my trading, but not from through account management. There is something which is called copy trading,
yes,
right? And that one is even okay with the Capital Markets Authority, and it's within the Kenyan legal framework.
Yes.
So if they indeed want to trade on your behalf, and copy trading should not be charged. So anybody also who telling you pay this amount before you can copy, also that's a problem. Copy trading should be free, because I have looked at how you are making money, and I have seen, okay, your curve is probably heading somewhere. So I want to copy your trades, and then we shall split the profits in this ratio. That is quite on point, and that is actually something that I do myself. I do copy trading.
Yes.
I have over 75 accounts copier in my copier right now. So those people take advantage of me trading my own live account. Remember, you cannot copy from a demo to a live account.
Yes.
So if I'm trading my own funds, anytime you see you have made a loss, I'm also not happy that you have lost, because your loss is as a result of me losing.
Yes.
Right? And so that one makes more sense. So there is no way I can handle you casually just to lose your money. Because if you lose it, it means I'm the one who has lost it first.
Yes.
And that is the fairness in the copy trading. But anything to do account management, I want to manage your account. Put in your logins here, I trade for you, we share the splits. Run away, save your life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You showed me an account previously where in the past 6 months you've been able to make a profit of over $123,000. I don't know if it's okay for me to mention those figures.
Okay.
And I want to know, does money excite you anymore? Does winning excite you anymore? When you see those figures, do they excite you anymore compared to when you are hawking and doing the prop firm trading right now? How's your emotion when you see that all blues?
All right, there is a degree of happiness, of course, when you are making something, and there is degree of sorrow or sadness when you are losing money. Nobody has enough money to lose early. All right, nobody has enough money to lose, and everybody, when you get an extra coin, you basically feel happy, but not excited. Early in this life, anything that will excite you, you have not grown to it. All right. If you buy a house and you're excited, you have not grown to that. It means probably you have passed some route. There is that happiness, but it will not be anxiety of some sort. If, for example, I buy a car right now, I have worked hard for the last 5 years, so it's nothing huge, right? But for you, if someone else who just waked up somewhere, a comrade, and does some deal somewhere and gets 7 million and buys a GLE or a big car, that's something to be excited about and anxious, because but bro, the amount of money I've lost makes me not anxious about any profits, because when I do a retrogressive introspection of my past trading engagements, you see, when I lose $1,000 right now, it might not be such much pinch, because I know where to get $1,000 again. But by then, when I lost 50, that 50 meant the whole world to me. It was my rent, my food, my everything. So this 50 was more powerful. My 50 then was more powerful than $1,000 now. Because what I could do with $50 then, and the struggle I could pass to get $50 is not the same as when I'm getting $1,000. So there is no amount of profits that can excite me as such. And again, the funds you saw from one of my copier, so what we are doing is mine is just as a percentage of the same. So it's not, because now that's 14 million, bro. So you say I have 13 million, you are putting my security to risk. But I'm just getting a percentage share of it. Of course, there are some other guys who put the funds together for the same, and they're in my copier system. So it's nothing to be excited about much, but there is that happiness. But I tell people, anything that excites you to a level, now you can come online and insult people, because there is, when you make it through the wrong way, you start seeing others like they are lazy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
If you make money through, you just make it all of a sudden, you start insulting people. You guys were sleeping, you guys are not thinking, you guys don't reason. I'm young, I'm just 20 years, I just will be turning 21, and you can see what I own and the life I'm living. Bro, people work hard. It's just a matter of time, and you never know, because we have two things. It's either you are going up or you are coming down. So probably someone is building ground. He might be having more than what you think you have, but is keeping it low-key.
True.
All right? Because there is a lot of power in how do we call it? In privacy.
Yes.
So we have people who are doing very well, but they are not so loud.
Wow.
But we have some other boys who got money. I knew I will be rich when I was poor.
Wow.
I'm one person who has taken sugarcane for supper in this same Nairobi for 3 days consecutively.
Wow.
So but I knew I'll be rich. All right.
It's the mentality.
Yeah, I knew one day I'll make it. I never knew how. So if someone makes money and it was not in their plan to ever make money, they become so excited over nothing, and so they start thinking anybody else is not going to make it in life or won't make it.
Wow. Now let's go a little bit back to Kimalizia too, because of time. I remember when you started, ulitumia fee. I'm sure the parents were angry, your family. What do they say nowadays?
Okay, there is now let me just be honest about my family. They are amazing people. Very supportive. Of course, they supported me during my campus days and everything. But there is that degree of gap that you create, because they never believed in what you do. Especially, and I would advise this: if you're a trader and you're in campus or you're just learning how to trade, and your mother or father is an ed teacher or is working in normal job, nurse,
8 to 5,
they believe without waking up at 6:30 and coming tired in the evening, you cannot get money. That is what they believe.
Yes.
So introducing a new system to that family, it's very hard.
Yes.
So most of the time they will discourage you. So I'll tell you, if you have parents who are in corporate, like normal job, 8 to 5, it's not a very good idea to tell them that there is a way you will sit down and make the same money they are making there. So we had ups and downs then. They never believed in what I'm doing. Some of them also chipped in. Some even funded me for a time, then said, where bro, where is he? So by then, so there is of course that distance. Now, you know, to cover it back, it's a lot of work, because now you separate yourself. You can be separated to separate yourself to execute some crazy plans. So I did some stuff that nobody in my family could imagine I'm doing. So how do I call your mother and father, tell them you are selling crepes? You know, it's funny. So mi nikienda home napiga tu suti hiyo time, nafika like everything is okay, but mi ndo najua niko na saa 7 ya kurudi fare peke yake. So there is of course that gap that but of course they made peace with that from the progress that I've been able to do at home. Now I've even taught most of them, but now when you teach them, they go full margin, they blow. Now it's a lot of work. So they are quite happy with what we are doing. I can say that.
Amazing. And maybe one thing that I can add to the viewer who's watching, most of the times these parents, these friends, these people we're close to, who sometimes they might, you know, not encourage you to do this, is because they think it will not work, and because they care about you, you know, they tell you not to do it. It's not like they don't want you to prosper. So when you see someone maybe telling you do not do it, you can decide and go ahead and do it, but they're not telling you not to do it because they hate you, because they don't like you. They just want you to succeed, and they think that probably you will not succeed from this. I don't know if it's making sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense, because your parents just want you safe. Your relative wants you safe, and for them it was about
9 to 5.
Ufanya soma uajiriwe upate kazi. But probably what people in job will make a month, it's something you can make in a day or two right now. And it's within a period of 3 to 5 years, 4 years, and it makes a lot of. So I'll tell people, you better learn a new skill. Even if you're in job, you are doing 9 to 5. Learn there is a lot to be learned, especially kama wani mwalimu mazi. I always have something passionate about teachers. Because they do a lot of work. They produce engineers, teachers, they produce crazy amazing stuff, but they are underpaid, I feel though. So learn a new skill. It must not be Forex. We are in the era of information. We have coding.
There's a lot of
AI,
information out
machine
there.
learning, business intelligence. So there is a lot of courses which are not in the mainstream 844 that you can be able to acquire, and they are going to succeed to help you to succeed more faster than when you just stick to that 9 to 5 job.
Assume you didn't you stuck there, ukafanya degree yako.
Okay.
How much would you be making right now in a month?
45,000.
45,000. Is that close to, you know, to your monthly expenditure?
Oh, not close.
Not
maybe
close.
Weekly. But also it's more. I can't survive, bro. I can't survive.
So you never regret.
But there is also something else. It's not that I have not worked.
Yes, that's the thing.
I have worked 9 to 5.
Yes.
All right. And it also taught me something. Money is a mindset. So there was a time, because they began with 27. That was the salary that I was receiving. I worked for 3 months. So 27, the first month, then it was added to 33. So the first month went well. The second month, the 33 was finished very early. So that is so I've tried a lot of things, and I went back to hustling. Because when I'm selling apples, I could get 1,000 or 1,200 in a day. So if I hit the 200, I have 1,000. So per month I have the 30K, and I have my freedom.
True.
But if I am in corporate right now, I would take my time to learn a new skill and quit the corporate 9 to 5. Because when you are waking up every day to go to someone's work, you are building their fusion, you are building their empire. So always building yours.
Wow. Amazing.
There is a degree of safety, and they make you to feel special. You know, staff tea, staff coffee. You know, there is a way you are kept to feel you are important. Promotions.
Yes.
And also, one of the reasons I quit ni wenye tulikuwa tunaenjoywa in that company. Sasa wewe unafanya kazi under pressure. mwenye kampuni anakuja na chiwawa na short na slipper saa 7 anakuja anawapiga ka lecture kidogo na narudi and is making more than what you are making. So why can't you build your own so that you can have such freedom? So I wanted to be the owner like that guy who is doing his own craft. So you can also build your own other than, you know, having to wake up. Being employed for more than 10 years, it's not a very good idea.
Wow. Thank you so much for coming. I think we've had such an insightful conversation, and maybe for anyone who's watching and they really love to follow up, you know, link up with you, get to know more about Forex and all those things, maybe where can they get you on your social media platforms?
Right, you can get me on, of course, I'm on Instagram, blue_bowl_forex, or also on I have a YouTube channel. But guys, go and subscribe.
Yeah, I'll put the link there actually. Yeah.
The YouTube channel. I post a video, 72 hours, 15 views. So you guys, we need to talk. If you don't know, kama mtaki niomewa kama hali, you guys tell me. So guys, go and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Blue Street Forex, Blue Street Forex, and then on TikTok is Blue Bull Forex.
Yes, so I'm going to actually pin the links in the description and also in the comment section. Make sure you do go and follow him and, you know, maybe get a few insights. And also this episode has actually been fully and proudly sponsored by Windsor Brokers. They are the brokers that I personally recommend, and if you're looking at, you know, coming as a beginner, there are also free classes. There is also copy trading for anyone out there who's watching this. You have your money and you want to invest. There are good and certified copy traders, and of course, do not go out there and get lured by people who are telling you, I can manage your account, I can flip $10,000 to $50,000. So thank you so much guys for watching. I've also put the link for Windsor Brokers in the description and also in the comment section. Make sure you do click there, sign up and start your journey towards financial freedom. Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much.
I really appreciate it. It has been an insightful interview. Behind the camera, we have Frank, the director. I'll see you guys in the next video.